started is always the hardest part. Just do it. Just do it. Just get it done. Just do it. And that's where we're at. So I think we're just going to get it done.
We got everything here, at least to stay alive, and the time that we share makes it all.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel where we continue our rebuild of this 1968 Playmore Model 140. As a reminder, don't forget to like and subscribe, and check some of those older videos if you're unfamiliar with what we've already done. It's been quite the journey. But today I'm going to do a little more work on the front cabinets. I'm going to put a lip on there to prevent our future cushions from falling off as we're driving. And I'm going to hopefully move on to some of the trim, maybe around the floor, and start moving around into the kitchenette area. I don't think I'm going to do as much trim as I was thinking about doing. You know, it always helps to have a plan when you're going into it, but sometimes it's one of those things where you just put it where it makes sense, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put trim where it makes sense. I did some work back here in the back part of the camper on the bed platform yesterday, and I didn't talk about that ahead of time because it's super windy, so it wasn't really the best time for audio. Essentially, I made it to where the bed platform can slide out and sit securely in the same position every time, and everything is nice and smooth and level. There's no lip or anything. It's just one continuous piece. So there'll be a little additional adjustment, I'm sure, once we figure out, make it up as we go, once we figure out where exactly our cushions are going to go, what size and depth and everything those are going to be. But let's get to it.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes.
So I just added this strip of wood onto that. That just drops in place, covers that up, and it'll be held in place by the piece that's up back there. So now I can really move on to the trim. A couple ways of going about that. Why is there just always just a little shaft of sun every... Close the door all the way. There we go. Okay, and it's on me. Whatever. So anyway, now I can move on to putting some trim on here. And there's a couple ways of going about that. I could go and miter this edge so that they would be a 45 and they would meet, and there'd be just one seam at the corner, and I could fill that with some putty and no one would ever notice it. If I was just staining these, I would probably put a little more time into it, but since this is all getting painted, I'm not that concerned about it. So I'm going to put a piece of trim on this side, and then I'm going to cover this seam that you would see on the front. I'm going to cover that with another piece of trim. I'm not going to put any back this way or there or against the wall. I'm going to leave it pretty simple. So let's get to it.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah.
So while I'm working on the trim, it's a good time to be thinking about what I'm doing with the countertop. We've used this just edge glued pine a couple of times for countertops in campers, and we really like the way it looks, and it's nice and durable and it's simple. But it's a little expensive, so I've got some left over. I'm just going to cobble it together to make the countertop in here. The problem is I've got this one piece that's not as long as the whole counter, but we're reusing our old sink, and it's going to be about right here. What I can do, this piece is long enough that I can get 2 full widths out of it. So that's going to make up the back and the front, and then I'm going to cut this one down to fit and build up the pieces over here. So it will look continuous, even though it won't be. Obviously, you can't really end glue pine together, but you can edge glue it. And you could make this yourself if you just had a whole bunch of scrap. You just cut your wood down to these strips, glue the edges, clamp them together. There you have your piece of wood. The thing that makes this stuff nice is that it's been run through a planer, so the surface is nice and smooth. You don't have a bunch of little ridges. You can do that yourself by just sanding on it, which actually when I put this together, I guarantee you they're not going to be perfectly smooth. So I'm going to put them together, clamp them, and then we're going to sand them smooth. I'm going to leave this piece in here because it gives you a nice idea for what the countertop's going to be like. It's actually going to be more or less flush there, and it's only going to overhang the front as much as these drawers. So cool. Anyway, back to trim. Alright, well, I think that's it for this week. Really happy with how the trim all went together. It just needs a little wood filler and a little bit of sanding here and there. Yeah, that's really exciting. From here down, we could probably prime this and paint it and have at least half of it looking like a real camper. Wouldn't that be exciting? Alright, so thanks for following along. New videos come out every Sunday, so make sure and like and subscribe. And we'll see you all next week. Have a good one.